I'm Magpie here with another Thinking Out Loud video. This one's going to be a kind of like semi-response to the hashtag #MeToo, hashtag Time's Up, and also a kind of response to Paul Joseph Watson's video of the war on men. Firstly, I'll try and do this in the order of my brain's thinking, obviously. That I'm not, I know there are genuine people out there who end up in situations through no fault of their own, and it's a situation they can't get out of, it's a situation they feel uncomfortable in, but they can't do anything about it, and it just gets too awkward for their brain to handle. I've kind of been in one of those situations once before myself. Kind of awkward. I ended up more embarrassed about it than anything else, and sort of like, you know, I was in the kind of mindset that at my age I should have handled it better, but it happened. Nothing I can do about it now. It's just in the past. But there's all these other encounters. It's like people saying hello to someone and all hell breaks loose, and the whole situation is just getting out of hand as far as I can see. It's like, I have 3 sons, and I'm not bringing them up to apologise for being men, you know. I wouldn't change them for the world. I'm trying to raise my children to the best of my ability, as long as, you know, the usual thing, they don't die. I'm succeeded. But I think I've done a pretty good job so far. My sons, all my children, I have 3 sons, 1 daughter. They're polite, they know how to behave in society, they don't go around being rude to people, they're polite, they're kind, they're respectful. But I don't know, it's each generation's different on how you think about life. But I just, going back to the subject, it's like, I know women and men are like, they get into situations where they're sexually abused. But how it's getting is becoming all about women all the time, and women in the West, they're not oppressed. I mean, we're able to work, we're able to drive cars, we can send our daughters to school, we can vote. You know, we've been able to vote for hundreds of years now, and people still think that we're being oppressed. And like, I don't quite fully understand all the details on this gender wage gap situation, but the way I see it is, it's about experience, qualifications, and women saying they have to break through the glass ceiling. I've said this before in the video. It's like, why are women only complaining about men holding all the high position chairman jobs and being CEOs of top financial companies? Why aren't women complaining there's not enough refuse collectors that are women? There's not enough civil workers that are women. You know, it could go the opposite way. With how come there's not enough men working in nurseries and midwives and nurses and primary school teachers? Because like even now, it's kind of very rare to see a male teacher in a primary school. I mean, my kids' primary schools, there was only 2 male teachers. The rest were women. In secondary schools, it's always kind of slightly different. There's mostly more men to women teachers in secondary schools. And things like chefs, there's always more men to women in that job set. Same with vets, there's more men to women as veterinary surgeons. I've never once in my life seen a male veterinary nurse. It's always women doing that job. Why can't we do gender swaps for that? People don't complain about that. People don't complain about, my baby's daycare doesn't have any male carers. But I'm not gonna bring up my sons to apologise for being men. I want them to be strong. Like, my daughter's going to be strong too, but I want, the way I see it, it's different biological gender roles. Men being physically stronger, they're the protectors of the family. Because, like, totally off topic again, with my husband, I'd be a complete mess without him. I mean, I would have got into so much trouble. The way I keep, because like, I have a temper on me, and probably a short fuse, I don't know, but things wind me up, and I run my mouth off. And there's been a few situations that I've done something, instantly regretted it, called up my husband, and he's fixed it. He's made the situation good again. So without him, I would have been in a lot more trouble. I probably would have got arrested or something, even worse. But we're a partnership, and people need to see that. It's like, if you want equality, meet anyone. It could be as long as you're compatible, like yin and yang, saying it wrong. But I suppose, like, you could say he's the opposite to me, but he's the one that fixes everything that I mess up. But that's what I call equality. We're equal partnership. We work good together. We're right together. We're raising good, stable children. And if my children were more like their dad, rather than me, I'd be super proud. I'd hate the fact that I know one of my children is taking after me a bit. So I'm hoping if he ever finds someone, that they're going to be just like his dad, kind of calm, rational, one that makes everything better when you mess up. But I'm glad most of my kids that take after their dad, is that they'll get further in life because of that. Because I'm genuinely a mess. But in this situation, going back to I'm just making a total mess of this video. I'm just rambling again. I always do that. But the Paul Joseph Watson video, sort of agree with him, because like, we need to push our sons into being all that they can. Just they like see something they want, you just get behind them and encourage them and do everything you can so they can have their dream. You do the same with your daughters. Like all your children, you want a better life than you've had. You have to push them forward and just stand behind them and give them the support they need. But I'm only hoping, because like I've got one son who wants to be a chef, I've got one son who wants to be a games designer, and my daughter wants to be an architect/artist. And all I can do is encourage them, stand behind them, financially support them when needed. And I hope they can all live their dream and have the career they want. Because that's all that matters, is their happiness. For me anyway. And I hope that one day they'll all meet someone who's as good as their dad. And I'm going to sign off now because I'm running out of things to say, and also my kids will be home from school soon and I've got to get on. So this is Magpie signing out. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one.